Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel here. Now in today's video, guys, I'm going to be bringing you a really good run defense you can use in Madden 20. This is going to be out of the 3-4 bear formation. I'm currently using the Green Bay Packers playbook.
Swear to God, I'm taking over 19. Hey, back, hit a quarter million. When it's here, pretty chilly. I've been trying to find me really wow. Silly, yo, I be gone like Cheerio. Really though, swear we finna get the goal. You the goat, but the most been getting up.
And the play is going to be this cover 1 QB contain. I've been practicing against this a little bit, and I can tell you that this is a really good run defense. Now, this is very similar to a play I went over in the past. It's the 3-Sam will blitz. That video is actually going to be in the card right above my head, as well as my 2 most recent videos. But anyway, guys, pretty much before I get into it, you want to follow my Twitter or my Twitch. They're going to be in the link down in the description. And I want to thank you guys for all the support. So anyway, let's get into it. So 3-4 bear is in a lot of playbooks. I'm actually going to throw it up on the screen right now on what playbooks it's in. But essentially, guys, this play is going to be the cover 1 QB contain, and we're going to be running this here. And this is similar to the 3-Sam will blitz because of how it sets up in the personnel and how many players to the one side. So we're going to run it here. We're going to be running it against some of the popular run formations like single back deuce close. The halfback stretch is really good. Also, the single back wing flex close, both of the run plays, the dive and the stretch are really good. Then we're going to run against I form close, and then the I form close slot, as well as the I form Y off the stretch alert lookie. So the first one we're going to run here, it's going to be single back deuce close. It's going to be this stretch play. Now, how you're going to set this up here, this is how it's set up base. Now, on the right side, there is more players. Your opponent is going to be automatically going to be wanting to run it to the left side, considering there's less personnel. But how you're going to set this up, you're first going to pinch your defensive line, which is left on the D-pad, down the left stick. Next, you're going to spread your linebackers, which is right on the D-pad, up on the left stick. Next, you're going to blitz all linebackers, which is right on the D-pad, down on the right stick. Then you're going to press, which is triangle, down on the left stick. Then the final thing you're going to do is you're going to spy the top safety, which how you're gonna do that is you're gonna double tap triangle. In this case, triangle is the safety, and then we're gonna flick the right stick to the left. What that does now is that puts him in a quarterback spy, and he's gonna be able to break on the run more. Now, in this case here, if it's like a very even set, like single back deuce close, I'm gonna put the safety in the middle right here. That way, if they run to the left or right side, he's going to be able to break on both pretty evenly. And if, let's say my opponent was running single back wing slot, which I'm going to show after this, I'm going to be putting him right here. I'm going to motion him out. I'm going to put him about right here. That way, if they run to the left side and they try to take advantage of the extra blockers, he's going to be able to come down and make a play. So here we go, just a very, very simple play. Now, in this case here, I'm going to show you the play art. This is going to be the play. I'm going to run stretch to the right to start off. So here we go. Run stretch to the right. As you can see, we got an inch to shed right there. That would have been a loss of 5 or 6 yards. And this play is really, really good because you have a lot of personnel to the left and also the right side. So you're able to break down on the run pretty quickly. Now moving on here, let's say my opponent runs stretch to the left side. What I'm going to do here, exact same setup. By the way, if you guys want to know, that setup will be down in the description below if you do want to do, if you're more of a visual learner. So here we go, stretch to the left. As you can see, it's kind of hard because I have to user with one controller and manage the plays, the offensive plays with another controller. But as you can see, he was only able to get about 1 yard, maybe if that. So this run defense is really good. Now we're going to move on to single back wing flex close. That was the play, not single back wing slot. That's my apologies. But as you can see here, now what I'm going to do, there are 2 wide receivers to the left and then 2 tight ends. What my opponent will do most likely is take advantage of those 2 wide receivers, so those 2 tight ends, whatever it may be. So in this case here, what I'm going to do is just the same exact setup right here. And then in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this safety down about right here. That way, if my opponent runs to the left side, he's going to be able to blow it up. And then if he runs to the right side as well, there's going to be about 4 players right there. So we're going to run the halfback dive to the left side. So here we go. We're going to run this play. As you can see, he was only able to get about 2 yards right there. Down practice mode is a bit glitchy. The players will break like 4 or 5 tackles before actually getting brought down. But that is pretty much like what it is here on this play. Now, you also have to have a pretty good user because you'll be able to hit the gaps and just get some really good run fits. So that's just what it is. It is what it is. I don't really have the best user in my opinion. I'm not really the best at it, but I am improving. So let's say my opponent wants to run the dive to the right side. What I'm going to do here, exact same setup. And then I'm going to drag my player right here. Now, also what you could do as well is you can move these linebackers a bit in right here. Al-Shaair and then also Quan Alexander. What I could do is I could move them in a little bit. That way they get better on the run fits. Now, in this case here, I don't know why Al-Shaair is not moving in, but this guy was able to move in, so they'll just do better against the inside run. So here we go. We're going to run this play, and as you can see, only gets about 1 yard on the play. Super, super simple. Now, if you also have an X factor, such as Nick Bosa or Aaron Donald in defensive line, or like Everson Griffin or Danielle Hunter, they'll work really, really well. And they'll be able to get, you know, instant block sheds and stop the run really quickly. So now we're going to move on here to the stretch play out of this here. So I'm just going to be running it to the left side in this scenario here. So, boom. Very, very simple. Just going to drag them out right here. And now we're going to run this play. So as you can see, stretch to the left. I wasn't able to get a good block shed. But even if he were to cut inside, that safety would have been there. Also, I would have been there. And we lost like 4 yards on that play. So it's really good. Now we're going to be running it to the right side. So here we go. Just same setup here. Now I will say here, I will be honest, the right side has more players. So, you know, your opponent's most likely not going to run to the right side. But if he does, it's going to get stopped anyway. So here we go here. We're going to run this. And then we're also going to move this linebacker in just a little bit here, you know, in case if he runs inside. So here we go. We're going to run this play. As you can see, only gets about like 1 yard, maybe if that. And the defense was able to clamp on him pretty quickly. Now we're going to move on here to another formation. I'm actually going to have to exit out here, and I'm going to have to go into I form, but I'm going to be running I form close, which is one of the most popular running plays in Madden, or running formations. So we're going to run power roll, that lead dive, and then also stretch. So here we go. We're going to run through for bear, cover one can contain, and as you can see, you can set this play up in like quick time. You can set this play up quickly. Now in this case here, I see that, you know, if my opponent comes out and I form close, I'm just going to put this guy right in the box right here. If I want, I can user him, and then I could keep Fred Warner and like a spy or whatnot. You know, it's all up to preference. If you're a linebacker, if you have like a Fred Warner or Bobby Wagner, I would user them. But if you don't have really good linebackers, I would recommend using the safety for more speed. And what you would do in this case here, if you were to user the safety, just all you have to do is just go ahead and spy the linebacker, which is double tapping on the right D-pad triangle in this case, and then flicking the right stick to the left. What that'll do is that'll just put him in a spy, and then we'll just act like I have my safety in the deep half here, like I didn't adjust it. So here we go. We're just gonna run it to the right side here. Very simple play. As you can see, run fits, get there super quickly. You know, that's a loss of a yard right there. So simple. And then also we're gonna be running it to the left side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna be doing the setup here, where in this case I'm gonna be using the safety, and then the linebacker is gonna be the one like breaking on it. So here we go. We're gonna run it to the left. As you can see, run it to the left, and then me and also my superstar linebacker is there as well. So now I'm going to be running it against lead dive here. This is more of an inside run. So here we go. Press, spy the linebacker. So that's perfect. Also, what you can do is you can move this linebacker a bit down. That way he better adjusts to the inside, inside runs to the left side, or the outside runs to the left side. He'll be able to adjust better. So here we go. We're just going to run this play. As you can see, I was able to get there perfectly. That's like a really good user right there. And boom, that's a really, really simple play. Okay, guys, so now we're going to be running this lead dive to the right side. So we're just going to be running this exact same setup here. And then we're just going to, no, actually not. I didn't mean to do that. So we're just going to spy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring him a bit more down the box, like right here. Or we can bring him like right here. So I'm going to be using the safety. As you can see, running to the right side. Now that was actually a pretty bad user. He was able to get a good block right there, but he wouldn't have broke that tackle, and we would have got a very, very easy game, or a very, very easy stop. So now we're going to move on here to another lead dive. We're going to be running it to the left side this time. So it's just a really simple play. I'm going to spy him. We're going to go down right here. That way he's, you know, the sides are pretty even. So here we go. We're just going to run this play. As you can see, to the left side. My user was able to get there pretty well, but the linebacker right there, Fred Warner, he was also able to stop him. Now we're going to be moving on to the stretch here. Very simple play. We're going to run it to the left side. Here we go. And then boom. Then we're going to bring him down as well. And then if you want, you don't have to bring him down, but it is recommended for this play. Here we go. We're going to be running into the right side. As you can see, we're able to shoot the gap, and unfortunately, he's able to break that tackle, but he was able to lose about 1 yard anyways. So there you go. But I was able to shoot the gap. So now we're going to move on here. They're going to be running stretch to the right side. So here we go. Fred Warner's going to go right there. Then we're going to run halfback stretch to the left side. And then boom. Now as you can see, I didn't really get a good jump on there, but I was still able to make the tackle. Even if he had juked or spun out of it as well, another linebacker or another player would have come in for reinforcement. Now we're going to moving on to the next play here, which is going to be, I'm actually going to have to exit again. It is going to be this RPO stretch, which is one of the most popular stretches in the game. We're going to run it to both sides here. This I-form Y-off, we're going to run this stretch alert lookie. So we're going to be running this 3-4 bear. Cover 1 can be contained. So here we go. Same setup here. Boom. And we're just going to drag him down as well. And there we go. So it's a very, very simple play here. So if my opponent were to run it to the right side, as you can see, he would have gotten stopped pretty much immediately. And he should have lost about 2 yards, but he lost about 1. Which is okay. Now let's say we want to flip it here and run it to the other side. So here we go. Just a simple play here. Gonna bring my linebacker down. So here we go. In this case here, we're gonna be running it to the left side. So as you can see, my opponent runs stretch to the left side. Fred Warner and also I believe that's Quan Alexander. They were both able to get there for the stop. Now the final play we're going to be going in the final formation is going to be the I-form close slot. The first play we're going to run is going to be stretch here to the right side. So here we go. Now, there we go. So that's pretty much set up here. So now we're going to drag the linebacker. Now, actually, in this case here, the way the defense is set up here, there's 4 guys to the right side, and then there's 3 guys to the left side. So what you can do in this case here, if your opponent comes out in I-form close slot, you can actually play your linebacker in the middle, this linebacker right here, and then just use for the safety. So as you can see here, stretch to the right side, and we were able to get a very easy stop. Now, he did fall forward, but regardless, we were still able to stop him for no yards. So here we go. Another play here. I-form close slot. We're going to be running the halfback stretch. This time it's going to be to the left side where there is more blockers, I believe. So here we go. Press. Boom. And then if I want and then just the same setup here. Now, if your defense is to look like this, where there's 3 and 3 on both sides, 3 players on the left side, 3 players on the right, I would just keep this linebacker in the middle and just use the safety. That way, he'd be able to play a stretch to the right or a run or an inside run to the right as well as to the left side. So here we go here, running to the left side, very, very simple play. And as you can see, he was only able to get about 1 yard there. Now, granted, that was bad usering by me, and it's whatever here. Now we're going to be moving on here to an inside run. So we're going to be audibling into I-form close slot, this halfback blast. We're going to be first running into the right side. So here we go. Boom. And then we're just going to kind of keep him in the middle. Here we go here. Going to run it to the right side. As you can see, my user is able to get there pretty quickly, but D Greenlaw and I believe that was Nick Bosa, they were able to stop the runner pretty quickly here on a dual tackle. And then the last thing here is going to be halfback blast. We're going to be running it up the middle. So here we go. Simple play here. We're going to press, spy this linebacker, and then here we go. So as you can see, runs it up the middle right here, and my user is able to get there, thank goodness, but he was able to get there, and he got a loss of 1. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, smash a like, subscribe, smash 5 likes. Thank you so much for watching. Most importantly, stay classy.